Today, we're making a quick, Japanese-inspired gut health bowl. Diverse grains, colourful vegetables, garlicky edamame, and a tangy fermented sauce. It takes no time at all to put together, and by the end, you'll see how this simple meal supports 3 pillars of gut health: fuel, diversity, and environment. And that's exactly why it's a dish I've been making as a chef and nutritionist in one form or another for over 15 years. Now here's the thing, most people in Western countries eat less than half the recommended amount of fibre each day. That's one big reason our gut microbes are far less diverse than those in traditional diets. Your gut's home to trillions of microbes, a living community that helps you break down food, support your immune system, and even affect how you think and feel. Now to thrive, your gut microbes need those 3 pillars. That's why this meal structure is my go-to for better gut health. I'll explain more as we go along. Hajimemashou. Pillar 1. Fuel. We'll start with Zakkokumai, which means Japanese mixed grain rice. It's short grain rice cooked with other grains like barley, millet, and quinoa. This particular brand has 14 different grains, seeds, and legumes. Each one brings a little extra fibre and minerals, turning plain rice into something much better for your gut. Now, why is that? Well, that fibre is what the good bacteria in your gut love to eat. When they break it down, they make tiny natural chemicals called short-chain fatty acids. These help keep your gut healthy, your stomach feeling good, and your defenses strong. To cook it, rinse the mix a few times until the water runs mostly clear, then soak for at least 30 minutes so the grains hydrate evenly. Bring it to a simmer, cover, and cook on low for about 12 minutes. Once cooked, let it rest for about 10 minutes with the lid on, then fluff with a rice paddle. By the way, the ratios are in the description. Okay, that's your base. It feeds you and it feeds your gut too. By the way, I share recipes like this and deeper nutrition notes each week in my short newsletter. The link's below if you'd like to join. Moving on, pillar 2, diversity. I'm using carrots, shiitake mushrooms, and cavolo nero, but any greens will do. 3 very different foods, 3 fibers, 3 types of antioxidants. Big studies like the American Gut Project have found that people who eat a wide variety of plant foods tend to have a much more diverse gut microbiome than those who stick to just a few. And that matters because a more diverse microbiome is linked to better digestion, stronger immunity, and even improved mood and metabolic health. The sweet spot seems to be around 30 different plants a week, and that includes fruits, veggies, grains, beans, nuts, seeds, herbs, and even spices. Now to cook. Heat a little oil in the pan, then we're going to add the shiitake first. They'll release water, then start to brown. Once browned, add a little salt before you add the carrots. That'll help release the water from the carrots, helping to loosen things up. We're going to saute the carrots until just tender, and finally toss in the greens to wilt. Finish with a splash of soy and a little toasted sesame oil. If you're familiar with Japanese cooking, this is similar to kimpira. Next, for crunch and contrast, I'm adding a quick cabbage and radish slaw. Red cabbage is my go-to, but there's no red cabbage in Japan today. So I've grabbed some pre-shredded veg. These are my go-to when I'm short on time, and honestly, there's no shame in that. We're trying to save time and look after our gut health. This does both. Alright, 2 pillars down, 1 more to go. And it's the one most people get confused by, so I've made it simpler for you. Pillar 3, environment. When I say environment, here's what I mean. Think of your gut like a city. The microbes are their people, the fibre is their food supply, and the environment is everything that keeps it running. Clean air, recycling, your 2-year-old's favourite bin man. Now, fermented foods aren't just about adding new microbes, they come with natural compounds like organic acids, vitamins, and enzymes that can support the balance of microbes already living in your gut. Even though most of their bacteria don't stay long, they can still create a healthy environment as they pass through. Studies suggest that people who eat fermented foods regularly tend to have greater gut microbial diversity and lower marks of inflammation compared with those who rarely eat them. That's why I always finish this meal with something fermented. Here, it's a creamy dressing made from shiokoji, grated ginger, white miso, apple cider vinegar, amazake, and a touch of sesame oil. It's tangy, a little sweet, and full of beneficial bacteria. Finally, protein. It's not strictly one of the pillars, but I try to include at least 20 or 30 grams of protein in every meal. Today I've gone for edamame, which is a brilliant plant-based source of protein and fibre, both essential for feeding your gut and keeping you full. To cook it, warm a little oil with garlic on low heat. Then toss in pulled frozen edamame. Once cooked, finish with some chopped red chili and black sesame seeds. Wagamamas, eat your heart out. Alright, let's build the bowl. To build it, start with the grains. Add the garlic edamame, vegetables, slaw, and finish with that beautiful tangy dressing. This bowl isn't just pretty, it's got over 20 different plants, 25 grams of protein and nearly 20 grams of fiber. That's roughly half of your RDA. Whenever I make this for someone, they say, yeah, that's a Dan meal. And I'm sort of proud of that, being known for simple meals that deliver on flavor and nutrition. Get a couple of these recipes in your arsenal and you could be too, if you're not already. Itadakimasu. Hey, if you like this, check out my Japanese breakfast video next. Or if you want to stick to Western food that's nutritionally optimized, check out my brain boosting breakfast bowl. Either way, I'll see you there.